The air was thick with tension as the live stream counter ticked past 100,000 viewers. Jasmine sat before her webcam, eyes swollen from sleepless nights, hands trembling slightly as she hovered over the Go Live button. She had practiced this moment 100 times in the mirror, but no amount of preparation could brace her for the backlash, the scrutiny, the sheer weight of truth she was about to unleash. With a deep breath, she clicked. The screen flashed. She was live. "I never wanted to do this," she began, her voice low and raw. "But silence is no longer an option. You deserve to know who Karoline Leavitt really is." For months, the name Karoline Leavitt had dominated headlines, rising political star, media darling, and self-proclaimed champion of the working class. Her speeches rallied thousands. Her rhetoric was sharp, often targeting social safety nets and those who depended on them. Freeloaders, she called them. Lazy, entitled, burdens on the real taxpayers. The crowd cheered each time, never questioning, always believing. But Jasmine remembered a different Karoline. They had grown up in the same Rust Belt town in New Hampshire, where factories closed before either of them had turned 12, and where survival became a skill every child learned early. Jasmine's father worked triple shifts at the paper mill. Before it shuttered, her mother cleaned houses. Meanwhile, Karoline had grown up in the duplex next door, her mother on disability, her father long gone. Jasmine remembered nights when her own mother sent over extra soup because Karoline's fridge was empty. She remembered how both girls had learned to swipe toilet paper from school just to help their families get by. But Jasmine never expected the betrayal that came years later, when Karoline's political career ignited and she stood behind a podium on national TV, painting herself as a bootstrap success story while vilifying the very people who had once helped her survive, including Jasmine's family, including her own. Jasmine had stayed quiet at first, thinking maybe Karoline was playing the game, doing what politicians did, stretching the truth. But then came the viral clip. Karoline, jaw tight with disgust, branding people on welfare as leeching off the system while showing off designer heels and $300 nails. "I never took a dime from the government," she declared. Unlike some people, that was the last straw. The video Jasmine uploaded wasn't just a takedown, it was a reckoning. With documents, photos, and raw, unfiltered emotion, she told her story and Karoline's. She displayed photocopies of food stamp applications bearing Karoline's mother's name, school records indicating Karoline received free lunches through state assistance, emails and text messages from Karoline herself, back when she was just a scared teen, asking Jasmine if her family had extra bus fare. "Karoline," Jasmine said, voice cracking as tears welled, "you were never a freeloader. Neither was your mother. Neither were the thousands of people you insult with every smug word. We were surviving. We were doing the best we could. But now, you spit on us to climb a ladder we helped you build." The chat exploded. Within minutes, hashtags like #Karoline exposed and #We are not freeloaders were trending. Journalists picked up the story. Archived footage of Karoline's contradictory statements resurfaced. Even former teachers and neighbors came forward, confirming Jasmine's account. What Jasmine had said in 5 raw, trembling minutes had unraveled a national narrative. The fallout was immediate. Karoline tried to deny the claims, called it a smear campaign. But truth doesn't flinch. A photo of a teenage Karoline in the free breakfast line at school became the symbol of the movement Jasmine unintentionally ignited. Protesters held signs that read, "Karoline ate with us, and we shared soup so you could eat." Editorials poured in, some sympathetic, some scathing. But one thing was clear. The myth Karoline had built was gone. Through it all, Jasmine stayed grounded. She wasn't interested in fame or revenge. She only wanted the country to see what so many people hid behind shame, the silent, grinding fight to survive in a system rigged against them. She spoke for the mothers skipping meals, the kids pretending they weren't hungry, the neighbors who quietly helped each other get by, and in doing so, she sparked a national conversation. 1 week later, standing on the same street where she'd grown up, Jasmine gave a follow-up video. This wasn't about tearing someone down, she said. It was about truth, about dignity, about refusing to be erased by people who used to walk beside us. You don't get to shame the path that got you where you are. In the end, it wasn't just Karoline who was unmasked, it was the entire lie we tell ourselves about success and shame, about who deserves help and who doesn't. Jasmine didn't just shut the nation down, she forced it to look in the mirror. And finally it did.